Hello and welcome back to Loquitur Gaming. I'm going to continue on playing Earthborne Rangers today. I just got done watching the third stream from Team Covenant and it got me jazzed about exploring Earthborne Rangers some more. So I'm going to go in and keep exploring around the world. So I'm just going to go straight into the game here just to recap a little bit. At the end of the last session, we had delivered Quizzy Voss to the Northern Outpost. So we're currently at the Northern Outpost. And I've gotten this all-purpose token out to show where my ranger is currently at. I'm still just going to play solo with one ranger. I may actually play at some point in the future with more than one ranger to see how two-handed feels and to see the mechanics of back and forth, back and forth. It does feel like having the diversity of more aspects available between the two different types would be a benefit. Just as an example, if you're playing solo with the Tinkerer and there were a lot of awareness tests that needed to be made, the way this current deck is built with a 1 in the awareness aspect could be a little rough to get through. But you could always rely in this scenario on your teammate over here who's got 3 awareness and vice versa. So it's a consideration, I think, when building the characters when you do end up playing, if you're playing solo versus maybe multi-handed. All right, so to get back to the recap, at Northern Outpost, let me go to, and we ended the day. So ending the current day, was an instruction in this last thing that we read in the campaign guide. If you want to explore some more, it says to follow the instructions in 003. It says to choose any one landscape card and put it into play in the surroundings. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually play that I'm continuing on in the Northern Outpost. We got the Downpour card, the Path deck. So the Path deck, I've taken the Forest Path, because I think when you're starting a new day, you can pick one of the adjacent paths. So I've chosen the Forest Path, and because I haven't seen the Forest Path cards yet. So I've mixed the Forest Path cards in with the 3 cards from the Northern Outpost. It's actually 2 cards because there's one that starts the game in play, the Deep Woods here. So let me give this a shuffle. The challenge cards a shuffle. We've got 4 tokens on Downpour. The Northern Outpost here, let me move down just a little bit. Northern Outpost here starts with 2 per ranger damage on it. So we've got 2 damage on it, and then when there's no damage remaining, we read 401. And then the flip side of this is where it shows to search for the Deep Woods, and we also have to draw a path card when it's time. So we've got 2 damage, and we've got the Deep Woods out here, which is a feature, and it's basically just going to be in the way. But you can also hide there. So you can put your ranger token there, and if a being would fatigue me, then I can just add damage to this instead of taking a bunch of fatigue. Also, if a mountain comes out, you can exhaust this feature, but that's going to bring a predator out. For my deck, I'm going to shuffle it up, move this token over a little bit, and we got to draw 6. I think according to the instructions, I should have done this ahead of time. Let's just take a peek. So we're doing it according to the directions. I feel like I was going to sneeze there for a second. Game setup, draw starting hand, and then you elect the lead ranger, and then set up landscape, weather card. We don't have a mission yet. Build and shuffle the path deck, and then do the arrival stuff. Or setup stuff. Let's take a look at our hand. Hydro Lens Goggles. Scout a number of path cards equal to your effort. Trails we've roamed before. Return 3 total moments from the discard to your hand. That's cool. Comfortable solitude is nice when there's no active beings out. Oh, we got our staff, however it's said. Share in the valley's secrets. Exhaust each obstacle within reach of you and along the way. We suffer fatigue for doing that. That's a cool card. And we got a double fireball looking resource. I still don't know the names of those. There was a cool update in the Kickstarter that talked about the different challenge icons on the challenge cards. I've been calling the red one the bird, but I guess it's called the crest. So there's crest, mountain, and sun. And the logic behind the individual things that they do. And now I can't remember what it said, except for the sun one said something like this is supposed to represent like the passage of time or something like that. So that's cool when they try to thematically mix in, you know, what is the effect here in conjunction with what actual challenge effect is on the card. So I think we just go with the rest of the setup. So we have to draw one path card for the back of the... Oh, actually, wait a second. I think... So this is an interesting thing that came out of the stream today in chat. I think it was Andrew Navarro said that, because somebody brought up that the setup on some of these in a solo game versus a multi-person game changes the scale of the difficulty. Because if you're playing solo, it might have been like one of the mountain ones, maybe the Aatrox Mountain. It was like draw an obstacle card, or search for an obstacle card, search for an obstacle card. And if you're playing solo, putting 2 in front of one player is more punishing than putting 2 in front of 2 players, 2 in front of 3 players, and 2 in front of 4 players. Now, granted, clearing those obstacles probably scales with the number of players, but he said in chat that you should only, if you're solo, you should only do one of these. And obviously this is still a demo, so the rules are not done. But it says so let's look at the rules here. Starting with the lead ranger, perform the first instruction on the card, then a different ranger performs the next instruction. Continue this until each instruction has been performed once. Then read the campaign entry marked on the front of the location card. Yeah, so I don't know. This could be interpreted a couple of ways, because here it does say then a different ranger performs the next instruction. So does that mean if there's not a different ranger, then you don't perform the next instruction? But you continue this until each instruction has been performed once. But then if there's not a different ranger, you can't really continue until each instruction has been performed once. I don't know. I'm just going to do both of them, and we'll see how that eventually comes out. And of course, it would be a punishing card. Ambush 2 right away. So I'm fatiguing and I just didn't even show it, but I know that this card has an ambush and a presence of 2. So we got an Aatrox to deal with right away. And I don't think I have anything in my hand that will deal with it. No. I guess my staff. Well, we also have to continue or start the game. So the first thing, not start the game, but start the day. And starting the day starts a new round. So the first thing in a round is draw path cards. So every ranger has to draw one path card. What is this? Caustic Mulcher. Being Predator Biomeld. Beings attached to this predator do not ready. Do a fitness test plus fireballs to rest, difficulty of 2. Rest them free of the Mulcher's grip to remove 1 ranger token or being from this card. Okay. If the sun comes out, add 1 damage to each being attached to this predator. Each ranger with their ranger token on this predator suffers an injury. And if the crest comes out, if there's another active being, exhaust it and attach to this predator. If not, move your ranger token to this predator. So that's not friendly. Although we could get it to grab the Aatrox, right? It's not get it, but if the crest came, or if the sun came out. No, if the crest came out, it would attach to this. So there's an argument for keeping this guy out and active. So now it is our turn. What did this one do again? Exhaust each obstacle. Oh, that's right. We don't have any obstacles right now, though. So I think I'm just gonna set up and get some stuff out. So this is actually a bad combination, because if I move my ranger token here, but then this thing fires off, it's going to grab my ranger token out of that and over to there. Oh, I forgot to flip this back over. And I'm trying to do some exploration, so maybe I'll talk about my goal. I want to check out Mount Nim. I haven't seen any cards for Mount Nim. I eventually also want to check out Lone Tree. And then, having watched the Team Covenant stream and stuff, I know that there's another mission here in the bubble at that White Sky, so I'd like to go get that. And I have not been to Golden Shore either. I did not do a whole lot of exploration at White Sky. I kind of moved straight out of there over into the Aatrox Mountains. So I got quite a bit of exploration that I can do to see some new cards. Now, Mount Nim does not have its own cards. So Mount Nim maybe is not that exciting. Maybe I should be going to Lone Tree, because Lone Tree has its own cards. Okay. But that's just to touch on what my goals of this exploration time are. I really want that Caustic Mulcher to be exhausted, but if I try to interact with it, I have to go through this Aatrox here. I do have quite a bit of awareness that I can use to exhaust beings. It would also be great to get my goggles out, but maybe that's not that important right now. Well, it has a presence of 3. So I was just looking at the little fireball symbol. I could either use that to try to exhaust the Aatrox with this Observe, but now I'm thinking I should save this enthralling double resource card to deal with that caustic being thing. Okay, so let's just start doing stuff. We're gonna play our staff. It gets 3 tokens on it. I mean, it's not the strongest thing in the world, but I think I'm just going to try to travel. Oh, I also want to repair. I'd like to see what repairing the Northern Outpost does. So many things to do. I don't know if it's dangerous to go. I'll just take the fatigue. You know what? I'm just going to take the fatigue. So I want to get this thing exhausted. So I'm going to deal with that thing. So it's a presence of 3, I'm going to do 2 and 2. Wait, why did I think it was fitness? It's not fitness. What am I doing? It's 2 awareness. Because what I'm doing here is this observe test. But I'm going through this Aatrox, so I have to fatigue 2. Okay, so I'm doing an awareness test on the observe action. I have a strength of 4. The difficulty is 3 because of its presence. Let's shuffle this real quick. So 4 versus 3 on green. Okay, I succeed. So this gets exhausted. And now we have to go through and do all of the crest. And wow, that's bad. That's not a good start. If you have at least 2 fatigue, exhaust this being, suffer 1 injury. At least it gets exhausted. There was no crest to deal with anywhere else. Suffer an injury, but the bad thing about suffering an injury is my fatigue deck is going to be discarded. I saw a multi-tool in there. Okay. Well, now we've got the deep woods. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, wait, my ranger token isn't there. That's right. I should have had my ranger token there. Okay, that's an example of bad play, but I'm going to do it now. Yeah, this would have had 4 damage on it already. That's bad play. I think I should take those 2 cards back. This was the bottom one, then this one. Still learning. This is like a rewind. I should have moved my ranger token to here. I don't think that counts as interacting with the card. That feature does fatigue you, though. Oh, so that's interesting. When a being fatigues you, you may add that to this feature to prevent it. Okay, so those cards still would have been discarded. But this thing would have 2 damage on it. Okay, I'm not doing any takebacks. There's too many things that would have changed for me to just try to rewind it. So that's a learning experience. I should have been paying attention more. So my ranger token there now. I did talk about not wanting to have it there before I exhausted that guy. So it wouldn't have been there anyway. Yeah, that's a good thing I'm rewinding it. What do I have left as far as things I can spend? I've got a spirit token, 1 awareness token. Can I... Man, the presence of 3 on this thing is a little rough. Is it an obstacle? No, foliage and ruin. It's not an obstacle. So the card that I have that exhausts obstacles is not going to be helpful. I've only got one awareness token left. I could play my goggles. I don't really, there are no beings to observe, so let's just do that. I'll play this awareness token to get the goggles out, building up a little bit. 2, what do they call them on this card? 2 optics tokens. 2 fitness. Oh man, this thing is just so punishing. Repair 3 to remove 1 damage from this landscape. And progress equal to your effort. Do I have any compass symbols? I do. Fitness is to traverse. I mean, spirit, I guess. I don't have any fatigue because I got injured, so there's nothing in my fatigue. I mean, I guess I could use my fitness to put some damage on something. Sure. I feel like getting rid of this thing would be better. Although this thing injures me. This one... yeah, this one also injures you. I mean, I don't really want to do the Hail Mary unless I use the compass. If we're going to do a... oh, but if you fail, suffer 1 injury, man, that's pretty brutal too. I'm just going to risk it. Let's see how it goes. 2 fitness tokens and 1 compass to do this traverse. This is probably a terrible idea. The suffering 1 injury seems pretty brutal. And we're doing a red test here. 3 versus 3. I mean, the presence of that thing is probably 3 so that you don't try to do it this way. It looks like it's kind of designed to try to damage it down by having fatigue take it away. So we're doing a red test, and okay, we passed. That's good. Yeah. So, and my effort was 3, so we're going to get 3 progress counters here. This is going to get discarded. Mountain symbol. Oh no, that's kind of a bummer. So our weather card goes there, and then we got the fatigue because of the weather. But then the mountain symbol here, exhaust this feature, search the path deck and path discard for a predator. It would have been nice to have been able to use those fitness tokens trying to repair here. Okay, now we have to search for a predator. That's prey. Prey. No predator there. Is it going to be another Aatrox? Probably. Lots of prey. Lots of prey. Yeah. All right. Whole deck, come on. Shuffle those back in. And ambush again. Oh, wait a minute. This time I'm not going to forget. While your Ranger token is on this feature, it gains response. When a being fatigues you, you may add X damage to this feature to prevent X fatigue. So the ambush would fatigue me for 2, but I'm going to damage it for 2. So we've got some damage. We've got some damage and, oh, come on, quit hitting the Ranger token. We've got some damage and progress here. What do I got left? 1 spirit token. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's just try. Let's get this fatigue here back. So we're going to connect with ourselves with 1. Oh wait, this is done. So it's a difficulty of 1, and I'm committing 2 spirit and 1 heart card. And this is a yellow test. Oh, great, -2. So that fails. So we do not get to get our fatigue back. And it's a crest, and we do not have at least 2 fatigue. We just have 1 fatigue. So nothing happens, but we do have to shuffle. Okay, I'm out of energy, so I'm going to rest. I have an energy, or an injury, so when I rest, I have to fatigue 1. So now these Aatroxes are a little bit more dangerous. Fitness back, awareness, spirit, and focus. We reset this and this. Start a new round, so draw a path card. Okay, move each Stika Buck and play within reach. If there's an active predator, exhaust it. Add damage to this being equal to that predator's presence. Okay, so it is another thing that's in the way. But if we try to interact with something 2, 4, 5, we can prevent 4 of this fatigue by interacting with something. Oh wait, we get to draw a card at the beginning of the round. After you succeeded a focus action, you may return this card from your discard to your hand. So focus plus heart. What is this one? Spirit plus the little fireball things. Drive off the cautious grazers. Move this being within reach of another ranger. If you fail, this being fatigues you. Is there something I want to interact with out here? I mean, maybe I try to exhaust this again, and then all of this fatigue I would take would get this out of the way. Or most of it anyway. If a crest comes up though, I'm in some serious trouble because of the amount of fatigue that I have in these Aatroxes. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna see what happens. I mean, it's learning, right? So what I'm trying to do is observe the mulcher. It's a 3 again. Oh wait, I don't have the Oh, I don't have the little fireball symbols to add to make it easier to do. Striking with this is also difficult. I actually almost feel like putting my fate in the hands of a test to try to draw a card or something. I guess I could try to traverse this thing. It only needs one more progress. But there's an interesting interaction. If I try to interact with this, I get fatigued before I do the test, but these beings would be fatiguing me. So I think the damage would make the card go away, so then I'm like no longer interacting with anything. How does that work? What to do? What to do? I think I'm just going to try to draw a card. It's a 1-to-1. And maybe let the challenge card dictate my fate. So this is a blue test. +1 is 2. So I pass, so I get to draw a card. It's another goggle card, which is fine. I can use it for the compass symbol. And we got sun. Add 1 to each being attached. There's nobody attached to it. So what's going on with these three guys? If there's another active predator, add 2 damage to it and 1 to this being. If there's another active predator, add 2 to it and 1 to this being. Move each stick-a-buck in play within reach. How about this? Let's add both of these guys' damage to this guy. I should just leave it at 4. And then the 2 Aatroxes both get 1. Do they exhaust? If there's another active predator, no, they don't. They got some damage, but they don't exhaust. I could have them exhaust each other and then they're both 1 away. Oh, is that smarter? I think that's probably smarter. So this guy fires off first to do 2 damage to this guy and 1 to himself. Then this guy fires off to do 2 damage to this guy and 1 to himself. And now they're both 1 away from death. Instead of just having this guy 1 away and these guys both 3 away. That's probably better. There are no stick-a-bucks to move with that doe card. Have to shuffle. Well, now what? Strike. Do a Hail Mary on one of these guys and then see what happens. What do I have in my hand? A heart and a triangle. And that wants the fireball. Yeah, we're gonna try this. We're gonna strike out at this Aatrox here with just 2 to 2 because his presence is 2. Or it doesn't matter about his presence, it's here, so it's a strike 2. It's not the best weapon. So this is a red test. Okay, it's successful. Oh, and look at that, another sun. I'm getting kind of lucky here, I think. Okay, so let's resolve our action first. We did the strike off of here. For every 2, it's 1 damage. So this Aatrox is damaged out. Now this now we have to go through and do the sun. So sun here, add 1 to each being attached. Nobody's attached to that guy. Now this one here, if there's another active predator, add 2 damage to it and 1 to this being. So the 1 to this guy would take him to 4, which means he would be gone. So in the ensuing fight, this thing takes 2, and this Aatrox is unfortunately injured enough to go away for it. Move each Stika Buck and play within reach nothing. Okay. A little bit of board clearance. Now, what? Do I interact with this? Try to traverse it? Or I used my fitness, didn't I? I cannot traverse. I really don't want to chance it that I'm going to draw a crest and get this thing attached to me before I try to deal with it. I could scout. What does that get me? Not a lot, other than knowing what's going to come out next. What is the... observe is plus the little fireball also, and I don't have any fireball things. No fitness to traverse. Let's connect with ourself. I mean, this is dangerous again because if the crest comes out, it's not the best. But I'm going to connect to... It's not a focus action, so it's not the best use of this card. But that's fine. I'm trying to get a fatigue card out. So soothe. This is connect difficulty 1, so it's 2 versus 1, and we're doing a yellow test. Oh, and it's a crest. I don't know why I say things out loud. I mean, there's a lot of each of those symbols in the deck, right? So resolve the action first. I was soothing myself, so getting this fatigue card. Ooh, meditation pillow. That's not the right button. Meditate to shuffle 1 fatigue back into your deck for every effort. Oh, that's a focus plus heart. That's what I needed that other card for. This insightful card plays well with this meditation pillow card. Okay, so the crest says, if there's another active being, exhaust it and attach it to the... Oh, wait. There is another active being, so it's not that bad. Okay, so the Stika Buck is an active being. It said exhaust it and attach it to this predator. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So now even when the next round starts, that makes this thing less dangerous because it'll deal with this thing that it's got its eye on first. I wonder, do cards that are attached... Let's look at attached, because I'm wondering if when the round starts, is that Stika dough going to ready so that the things that are on it will start firing off again? Clearing cards, fatigue, fatigue, soothing fatigue, attach. Some cards attach to other cards. Place the attached card underneath the card. Usually, attached cards are considered to be in play. Some path cards may attach to your roll. So they're in play. Okay, yeah, so I'm assuming that it's going to ready when the round ends. Because what I was looking at here, the mountain effect on this doe, the spider-looking thing, what is it called? Caustic Mulcher, would be an active predator, and it would just do additional damage. And it would get exhausted. If there's another active being exhausted attached to this predator, yeah, it does not exhaust yet. So what do we got left? We got 3 awareness and 1 focus. Can we do anything with this? With our awareness, we can observe beings. We can also scout. With our focus, we could draw a card. Does this thing bring a predator out? It does. I don't know if there's, well, there's predators in the discard pile now. Those are Aatroxes. So a mountain would not be great. Instead of drawing a card, I'm going to use this focus to play out the meditation pillow. And now I want to use 1 of these to do this awareness test. I'm going to commit all 3 awareness. So it's 3 versus a difficulty of 1, because there's no number there. So 3 versus 1 on a green test. Ooh, +1 is 4. Oh, and it's a mountain though. Okay, so we finish our action first. So it says scout a number of path cards equal to your effort. So our effort ended up being a 4. So we get to draw 4 cards. We got the Kleptic Raccoon. Exhaust is being to add progress equal to your effort if you fail. Exhaust is being discard equipped gear. Add 1 loot to this being. He's going to steal some stuff. I don't know if I want him to come out. Hanging Cherry Moss. Oh, this has a way to soothe fatigue. Overgrown Thicket, we don't want that out. It's just going to be in the way. It's an obstacle in an overgrown thicket. So I think these overgrown thickets are going to go to the bottom, along with this little steely raccoon guy, I think. He'll probably be... No, he's a little bit better than those thickets. Hanging Cherry Moss is what's going to come out into play. And these 3 things... I have to shuffle this deck when I search it, so it doesn't really matter that I put these on the bottom. Because I believe the way search reads is after you search for something, if you search the path deck, put the card into play. If you search your ranger deck, then shuffle the deck. Yeah, so that's a bummer. But we got to search for a predator. So this is interesting. Another rules clarification. When you're instructed to search for a card, you pick up the corresponding deck and go through it card by card. Well, I got to do these in order, right? So this is mountain. Okay, so finish the action. Technically, those would go to the bottom. This is going to trigger because it's a mountain, which is going to fatigue me. Then we get to the mountain here, which says exhaust this feature, search the path deck and path discard for a predator, and put it into play. So it says search the path deck and path discard. which one do I do first? Because you're supposed to go top down, right? When you're doing this. Not a predator, not a predator, not a predator, not a predator. See, since I don't think there's any predators in here. Yeah, so I'm back to the cards that I know what's there. So this has to be shuffled. So we're just going to get an Aatrox here. Not the whole deck, just the top one. Okay, and with the ambush, my Ranger token is still there. So we'll damage this instead. No mountain over here. But now we got another Aatrox out. And I think that's the end. I don't have any tokens left. Oh, I forgot to put 3 uses on my meditation pillow. So I think I'm done. I rest. This injury is going to fatigue me for 1 during my rest. And we refresh everything. I haven't really needed to use my roll card since the first round. Can't travel yet. So we start a new round. Okay, starting a new round. Or no, actually, before we end it, in the refresh, I should have drawn a card. Another meditation pillow, which I will probably use for the symbols. And also with the refresh phase, I should get all my stuff back. Okay, start of the next round, we do have to draw a path card. And it's the Overgrown Thicket, which is an obstacle. Use awareness and compasses to add progress equal to your effort. Or we could hide to exhaust 2 beings. All right. So I'm guessing that this attached card, the presence here is also in the way. Not sure. Comfortable Solitude is nice, but there's 3 active beings right now. So I think I'm going to use my meditation pillow. Focus plus hearts. Do I want to use my focus for anything else? It's drawing cards. Is there any actions out here with focus? Moving your Ranger token. No. So I think I'm just going to commit my focus this time to getting my fatigue down, especially because I've got an Aatrox staring at me. He's kind of harmless as long as my fatigue deck is empty, or 1 or less. Okay, so let's take that down to 2, doing this focus plus hearts. So I'm just going to commit all of it. 2 focus and a heart from meditation pillow is 3-1 on a blue test. Ah, bummer. So that's -1, ends up being 2. Because I get to get fatigue back for every effort. So my effort ends up being 2. We'll get this card and this card. Ooh, multi-tool. And breathe into it. You perform an action, discard your fatigue stack to commit 1 effort for every 2 cards discarded this way. And then adaptable multi-tool is just cool. You get to switch up what aspect you're using. Okay, so the action is done. Now we got to deal with the mountain. Oh, I keep doing that. Take that down to 1. Oh, this takes this right back to where the Aatrox is not going to be very nice. Okay, so the mountain on... Oh, man. I got to put another predator into play. If there's an active predator, exhaust it. Add damage to this being equal to that predator's presence. So we've got... Whoops. I've got this active predator, presence of 3... or this active predator, presence of 2. Which one do I want to exhaust? I want to exhaust this one. I know this guy's attached to that one, but it doesn't say anything that it's like limited. So this doe is going to take 2 damage from this Aatrox. This is not exhausted. Then we get to this mountain here. Search the path deck. So we know there's no predators in the path deck, so I'm not even going to do anything there. I'm just going to bring this. Is this the only card in the discard pile? Must be. This one comes out. Instead of fatiguing me, the 2 fatigue I will put on here, which takes this card to 6, which means it goes away. So at least it's out of the way now. And this Aatrox doesn't have anything that triggers off of mountain. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, now I'm going to put this multi-tool into play with 2 awareness tokens. It gets 3 uses on it. So now what? Getting a sun symbol to come out would be nice. Should we do that fitness test to cure this fatigue, get some more cards in our hand? If I fail, I take an injury. It's a test of 1 though. So 2 to 1. Yeah, we're just gonna do it. So 2 versus 1. I'm saving the compasses for traversing in the future. Oh, wait a minute, this guy's in the way. There'd be 2 more fatigue. Is it 2 per effort? No, it's just soothe 2 fatigue. To observe him. He's in the way. Well, and observe is also the fireball symbol thing. I don't know what that symbol is actually called. Just looks kind of like a rolling fireball to me. Breathe into it. Comfortable solitude. I don't have the focus to spend on that though. I don't know what to do here. I guess I could just take the fatigue, but that puts me right back where I was. The whole point of trying to sue this, in addition to getting cards, was so that if the crest comes up, I wouldn't take another injury. Anything I try to do out here, this Aatrox is in the way. I gotta risk it. I'm going to observe him. It's using up my fitness, but I don't know what else to do. What does that even get me, or should I just end the round? Another path card's gonna come out. There's a lot of stuff in between me and even just trying to traverse on the hidden outpost. And I can't traverse without my fitness tokens. I could scout, I guess. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I made a mistake. When I used the meditation pillow, those two cards should have been shuffled back into my deck, not come into my hand. Shoot. So this one, I don't remember what the other card was. This should have been shuffled into my deck. Yeah, that was a mistake. I don't really think I've got anything that's worth doing. I mean, because if I observe this guy, it exhausts him, but then what? I can only use the multi-tool. Well, I guess I can use it as many times as I want, but is it worth it? I don't think so. I think I just pass. And when I rest, I have to fatigue another card. It just feels weird to have so many tokens left and not do anything with them. So I get to draw a card when I rest. Okay, Hidden Trail is actually an interesting option. When you travel, if there are 3 or more progress on this card, you may travel 1 additional time. That could help me get to Lone Tree quicker and bypass Nim Mountain. Ooh, I didn't even think about this. How much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. I didn't cheat with the amount of gear I have out there. Okay, let's draw a path card for the start of the round. Another. I'm having a hard time hitting buttons today. Another obstacle. Well, I kind of want these predators to fight each other a little bit. How do I make that happen and not injure me? I want to get some of this fatigue back into my deck. I don't have any heart symbols though. So I'm going to use the meditation pillow again. Do I have to exhaust it? Nope. So this is a difficulty of 1. I'm going to use 2 focus on it. 2 versus 1 on a blue test. With a mountain. Blue test, so 2 versus 1 I pass. The effort is 2, so 2 cards are going to shuffle back into my deck. And now the Aatroxes are a little less dangerous because I've only got 1 fatigue. Okay, but mount. Oh, but now this is going to trigger. I'm going to get another fatigue. So I'm right back to 2. That wasn't very helpful. And this has mountain on it. If there's an active predator, exhaust it. Yes, we will exhaust this one. And then the doe is gone. And that's all the mountains. Fitness. So let's observe this Aatrox with, I mean, this is going to be a quick round, I think. We're going to use all 3 awareness. So that's 3 to 2 to observe this Aatrox. So we're doing a green test here. Did I pull the whole deck? I sure did. A green test. +1 is 4. Okay, so it's observed. Let's be consistent. Okay, it's been exhausted. Mountain does nothing since the weather has turned calm. Okay, now this guy's out of the way. I'm just trying to get some cards here. So now this one, we're going to do this fitness test against a difficulty of 1. I'm going to commit both of those. I don't have any awareness left to try to get rid of these things. So fitness, I committed 2. Oh, that's right. Against, I was trying to, what the heck am I doing? Against the difficulty of 1 here. So this is a red test. +1 is 3, okay. So I pass. I add a progress to this feature and soothe to fatigue. Okay, let's get some cards. This time it's actually soothing. So this one, after you succeed an awareness action, you can return this card from the discard to your hand. So awareness plus triangle is good for this. Okay, action done. Man, sun would have been great if these guys were still active. Oh, and now I think we're in trouble. Nope, okay, sun is fine. Sun here, if there's an active prey, exhaust it, add 1 progress to this feature. There's not. So sun did nothing. Now I've got 1 spirit. There's no fatigue. However, I could use my multi-tool. To turn that into like a focus or something. Into awareness, does that make any sense? I don't need to do anything for there. Add 1 damage for every 2 effort. If you fail, suffer an injury. I could turn the spirit into a fitness and use this double to put some damage maybe on this guy. Or awareness plus compass, add progress equal to your effort. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to use the multi-tool to turn this into a spirit test. spirit plus this compass. We're doing the traverse action on this here, doing the awareness test, or the find test, I guess. So, but we're turning it into spirit plus compass. So we draw this to look at the spirit. It's 0. Okay, so 2 to 1, I pass. My effort is 2. I add progress equal to the effort, and this needs 2 progress on it, so it's gone. And then sun, I think I determined that sun right now does nothing. I'm trying to play quick, and I hope I'm not missing anything. Sun here, there's nothing attached. There are no active prey. Okay. I think I rest, and I still have an injury. So there's a fatigue. Everything's readied. I really have not needed to use my ranger token. Start the next round, draw a card. A trick of the light. If we clear it, chase down the mirage. 8 progress. Card type question mark. We read 420. This is a northern outpost landmark. If there's an even number of progress on this feature, shuffle it into the path. Oh, so you do not want an even number of progress on this thing. Okay, let's read 420. A trick of the light. You see a dark shadow moving through the trees. You freeze, trying to get a better look at it. The shape seems humanoid, but taller than you, with a slightly forward-sloping posture. Whoa, too close. It steps into the light for a moment, and you think you catch a glimpse of brown fur. Then it steps behind a tree and vanishes. It's Bigfoot. You hurry to the spot where you last saw it, but the shadow, so probably should have been more there. If Cordo is in play, read the following. Cordo is not in play. So if you have Cordo, you want Cordo to see the trick of light, apparently. All right, so forgot to get my stuff back. What am I doing? I've got these Aatroxes. It'd be really nice if they fought each other. It'd be nice if a sun... So can I do some tests to get some sun to come out? Or do I focus? Making some progress on some other stuff would be nice. Focus plus triangles. Did I draw a card? I don't think I drew a card. I fatigued a card for my injury, but I didn't draw a card. Ooh, exhaust each obstacle within reach of you and along the way. Suffer 1. This is an obstacle. Ooh, that's interesting. This is not in the, it's not going to be an issue. These guys are a problem, because they're going to fatigue me quite a bit. Even if I try to do this hide here, they'll fatigue me before I perform the action. Would also be nice to get Hidden Trail out. So much options. Don't have to worry about fatigue. Don't really need to scout. I could strike out at something. You know what, I made a mistake earlier. These tokens are not used when you do the strike. They're used when you do the exhaust ability there. These things having a presence of 2, they are seriously in the way. If I fatigue for 4, that takes me down to 6. That's not good. So what do I even do here? I guess I could soothe. I'll start by observing one of these. It's plus the little fireball thing. So I'll spend 1 plus my enthralling to make my observe test a 3 versus the presence of this Aatrox is a 2, so it's 3 to 2 on a green test. Plus 1 is 4. Okay, so I passed the observe test and it is exhausted. Now let's go through and fire off all the crests. Oh, I forgot to add 2. It's not really progress. I think it's all purpose. So what I'm doing here is at the beginning of the round, I'm supposed to add 2 rain tokens to the Gathering Storm. Move all prey along the way, then each ranger, exhaust their roll. Okay. No, that's when it gets 4 on it. Yeah, that's when it gets 4 on it. Okay, fire off the crests. This crest says, if there's another active being, exhaust it and attach it to this predator. If not, move your ranger token here. There is. Look who's fighting now. Remove 1 progress from overgrown thicket as you become lost. This feature fatigues you. There is no progress. No crest, no crest. This guy is exhausted. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Now we've got some options. We've got quite a few tokens left, and no one is within reach of us, which is good. So let's try to get some things done here. This is a difficulty of 1 plus compasses to try to get rid of it. Hidden Trail would be nice, but I'm going to use a multi-tool to use Spirit to make this a Spirit test and 2 compasses, so I have an effort of 3. I'm trying to do this, the awareness, the find test on here. So it's currently 3 to 1 on and it's now a Spirit test from my multi-tool, so yellow. Okay, is 2 to 1. So I pass, and I add progress equal to my effort. So now this is gone. And sun tests. Add 1 damage to each being attached to this predator. So the thing hurts the Aatrox. If there's an even number of progress and more than 0 on this feature, shuffle into the path. So nothing there. If there's an active prey, exhaust it. And there's not. All right. Okay, now I need to exhaust this caustic thing to get it out of the way. Or I could strike at it. Put some damage. I do not have fireball symbols to add to it. The problem is that its presence is so high. But there's nothing on here that's going to exhaust this card. So if I try to observe it, it's going to be 2 to 3. That doesn't seem like a smart move to make. If there are no active beings, soothe 4 total fatigue, exhaust each obstacle. We don't need to do that though. I guess we can focus. Focus plus triangle, that's awareness. Comfortable solitude, it's 2 to 1. I'm just going to do it. So this is a blue test. Trying to draw a card here. Okay, mountain's not going to do anything. So finishing the action, we get to draw a card. Insightful. There's another heart. And again, mountain's not going to do anything. This guy just has such a high presence. It doesn't make any sense to test 2 versus 3. When I don't have any of those little fireball symbols. And trying to go past him to interact with the northern outpost. It's just too much fatigue. Oh, duh, it says it right there on this thing. Beings attached to this predator do not ready. So earlier that doe should not have readied. Add 1 progress to this feature and soothe 2 fatigue. Untraversable, but I can do that fit action. I mean, I guess I can try to traverse. But then it's an even number, and that's not smart either. I guess we just try to get our fatigue with this pluck. Two versus 1. And this is a red test. So it still passes. Which is good, because if I failed, I would have suffered an injury. We add a progress. And we soothe this fatigue. What are you? Ooh, the number of compasses on this card is equal to the awareness energy in your pool. That's good to have. Doing the Hail Mary at this point doesn't make any sense because then I don't have any energy to do anything else. So I think I rest, which means I suffer a fatigue from my injury. And then we reset. So during reset, I get to draw a card. I don't have a whole lot of ranger cards left. Breathe into it. When you perform an action, discard your fatigue stack to commit 1 effort for every 2 cards discarded. But that's a fireball symbol looking thing. That does not ready because of the info on this card. Beginning of the round. This will get 2 tokens on it, so then it has 4, it flips over, which brings the weather back. And our roll card gets exhausted. And we have to draw a path card. That is not the right button. Okay, so this is a being and its prey, and it's going to come into play right here. If there's another active Stika Buck, exhaust this being and add 2 damage to both, so they'll fight each other. If there's an active predator, exhaust it, add 2 to it, and then add damage to this being equal to that predator's presence. If there's an active Stika Doe, suffer 1 injury. Okay. Is there something that I can do? Put this predator on top of the path deck with a fitness test and hearts. I've got a whole bunch of compasses, but now I've got a couple things in front of me. I want some symbols to come out. My deck is running pretty low. I do want to try to trigger some symbols though, so let's draw a card. I could do Spirit to soothe this fatigue actually. Let's do that instead. So Spirit, trying to do Connect. So 1 versus 1. Or do I want to commit a heart to it? Let's commit this heart. So 2 versus 1 on a yellow test. Ooh, good thing I did that. There's a -1. So I pass, so I get to soothe this fatigue. It's another perceptive card. I got all kinds of compasses now. Got to fire off the crest. If there's another active being, exhaust it and attach it to this predator. If not, move your ranger token to this predator. There is, so let's do this one. And then here, if there's an active Stika Doe, suffer 1 injury. I want that buck to exhaust this caustic mulcher. So I'm almost kind of digging for a mountain at this point. So what else can I do to try to dig for a mountain? If I try to go past this guy, he's going to fatigue me for 2, and I've only got 7 cards left. So what can I do as tests over here? That doesn't help me. I could strike at the caustic thing. Strike 2. Add 1 damage to a being for every 2 effort. Do I want my fitness for something else? Yeah, to repair. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use this last charge on my multi-tool to make this an awareness test. This might be kind of silly, but I'm going to commit all 3. Plus the little flame symbol on here, doing this strike. So it's 4 versus 2. I have to go past this guy to do this. 4 versus 2. Is this worth it? Whatever. We're learning, right? So I'm taking 2 fatigue because I'm going past this thing, striking out at this caustic thing over here. 4 versus 2 on, I turned it into a green test. So I pass. And this thing says add 1 damage for every 2 effort. So I get to add 2 damage. Makes it 4. Mountain. So it's raining. I take a fatigue for that. And mountain here. If there's an active predator, exhaust it. Add 2 damage to it, then add damage to this being equal to that predator's presence. So check this out. The mountain here is going to do 2 damage to, first it would have exhausted it, then it's going to do 2 damage to it, which makes 6. So it's gone. And all the cards attached to it are also gone, I believe. When a card that has stuff attached to it, place the card underneath it to which it is. Somewhere I think it says move discarded cards when a discarded card in play are not. I thought somewhere it said if cards are attached to something. Oh, I could have swore somewhere it said that they go to, they're discarded. Attached cards considered in play, some path cards. Yeah, I don't really see it right now unless it's in the clearing. No, I'm pretty sure though that they get discarded. You know what I'll do? I'm gonna throw in a cut real quick and look up the rule. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I found it. If the card is attached to is cleared or discarded, discard the attachment card. And these were attached, so I'm pretty sure these Aatroxes are just gone. And also this thing, we're still doing the mountain here, add 2 to it, then add its damage to this being equal to that predator's presence. And that predator had a presence of 3, which takes out this buck. So now we're in an interesting position. Where, so this is fit plus triangles, repair 3. Do I try to repair this thing and see what that story gives me? Or, you know what, I will traverse next turn because these are really going to help me travel, or traverse because the compass equal to the awareness energy. So I'm going to use the last thing on my meditation pillow to commit 2 focus, and I will use this insightful. So that's 2 focus plus 1 heart is 3 versus a difficulty of 1. So 3 to 1, doing a focus action. That's a bummer. That makes it 2. So meditation pillow lets me shuffle back into my deck, my fatigue. So 2 go back into there. I was successful, so this gets returned back to my hand because it was a focus. It was a focus action that I succeeded in. And the crest right now is doing nothing. Okay, I've got 2 fitness. could have done that, but I want to use the fitness for this, right? It's repair 3. Remove 1 damage from this landscape. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that repair. Both fitness plus... I could have got all 4 of those back with Comfortable Solitude. Oh well. We'll do the triangle here. I'm just going to play it. Or do I keep it? If I fail, do I suffer an injury? If you fail, it fatigues you. I don't really want to be fatigued. Sure. So it's 4 to 3 on a fitness test. So red, 4 to 3. Okay, we pass. So this gets ticked down to 1. And then sun, there's an even number, no. If there's an active prey, no. Okay, now I rest. The injury is going to fatigue me for 1. Cards ready. I get to draw a card when I refresh. So I'm back to 4 ranger cards. It's another staff. Okay, and refresh, we also do all of this. Sometimes it's finicky on if it grabs the entire stack or just the top thing. See why there's no like trails. This is not, oh, this is a trail. I should have been using my staff the whole time to add progress to this thing. But then I'd be interacting with it. There was too much stuff in the way. I don't know, if I'm exhausting this, is the stuff in between me, does that count as interacting? I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, we got a draw a path card. Oh, it's the raccoon. He's only got a presence of 1, though. I unfortunately did not draw another triangle, so continuing to repair is going to be difficult. Should I dig for some triangles? I should probably just try to soothe fatigue, actually, but that's fitness. And fitness is the repair. It's fitness plus compasses, though. Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky. We'll use 1 fitness and play this card. Oh, this guy's in the way. No, we got to deal with that guy first. So we're going to observe him. And I will commit. Yeah, that's using up my awareness. Ah! The order of this matters. It's fine. I'm digging for triangles, right? I could whack him with the staff, but that's also fitness. Awareness plus hearts is to study it. Exhaust the being to add progress. I want that awareness, though, to buff up my compasses. I'm gonna let him fatigue me once, so I'm gonna do what I was gonna do. I'll play that fatigue plus this card. I'm trying to do this pluck test, so he's going to fatigue me for 1. And this card gives me a number of compasses equal to my awareness and my energy pool, and I've currently got 3 awareness tokens. So I'm testing 4 to 1. Now this was probably dumb. I could have afforded to have used 1 awareness token to observe him, I think. But anyways, so this is a fitness test. We're looking at the red card here is 0, okay. So I succeed. It allows me to, I have to add a progress. Was I counting down on this thing? I can't remember for sure, but what this is telling me, if I add a progress to it, is now this card is going to go away. Because it has had a progress to clear of 3. And it lets me soothe to fatigue. One, 2, be some triangles. Nope. Nope. Oh, that's a bummer. I really want to repair this thing. There are no crests out here, but my clock is running dangerously low. I mean, I got none. So what I think I'm going to do, I will play this Hidden Trail card. Yeah. What does this do again? When you perform an action, discard your fatigue stack to commit 1 effort for every 2 cards discarded this way. I've only got 3 ranger cards left. There's 1 fatigue in there. I think I will... Man. What do I want to do? I think I just want to try to get rid of this Kleptic Raccoon. So I'm going to strike at it. I'll pay the fitness. I'll pay the fitness, and I will use the swirly fireball thing from that, swirly fireball thing from that. So I'm at a 3 versus the difficulty of 2. 3 to 2. And this is a fitness or red test. 3 to 2. Okay, so I pass, and it's 1 damage for every 2. So he gets 1 damage on him. Still sticking around. There's no crest symbols. That had to reshuffle. I am going to exhaust this to add a... Oh, he's still in the way though. I'll try to soothe this fatigue, so I'll do this connect, and I'll just play this, so it's 2 versus 1. on a spirit test. So I pass still. 2 versus 1. Oh, he's going to do something. Trail mix. Use 1 morsel to choose a ranger. That ranger soothes 1 fatigue for each fit energy in their pool. 3 cards. Okay, the sun symbol. If there's an even number of progress on this feature, shuffle it into the path. Exhaust this being. Discard an equipped gear. Add 1 loot to this being. If there are 2 loot, shuffle it into the path. Okay. Exhaust this being. We will discard the meditation pillow and add a loot. Well, at least now he's not in the way, even though I'm about to end the round. I have 2 focus left. I'm not going to draw cards, which would be the focus action here. And there's no focus action here. So I'm just going to end. I take a fatigue for my injury when I rest. Then I refresh. So I've only got 1 card left in my deck. I drew a second trail mix. Oh, you know what I should have done when that guy was exhausted? I should have exhausted this to add progress to Northern Outpost towards traveling. Yeah. So then this would refresh during the refresh phase. Okay, so now at the start of the round, pull a path card. If I can find the right button. Loon Outpost Tender. Friendly for 10. A small man wearing a ranger's cloak that seems at least 2 sizes too large steps out from the trees and waves. Hello there, rangers. Don't see too many travelers up here. He beckons you closer. I've got some special items you won't find in Spire or anywhere else in the valley if you're in need. I can get anything fixed up. I have a knack for fixing stuff. You can't help looking back at the dilapidated and disheveled outpost. The loon doesn't seem to notice. All right. I really want to put all 3 of these awareness on this trail mix. Let's do this. Yeah, let's see what this does. I'm going to strike with my 2 fitness. Then I'm not going to be repairing the outpost. This is a trail. I'm not going to do that yet. I could connect with it to try to clear it. Let's do this. This is kind of a Hail Mary, I think. Awareness plus hearts. Exhaust this being to add presence equal to your effort. If you fail, draw a path card. This one adds progress equal to your effort to a being. Okay, we're going to do this spirit plus these 2 hearts for an effort of 3. We're trying to connect here. So this is 3 versus 1, a spirit test, so yellow. Okay, 0. So that adds progress equal to your effort to a being, which would make the progress 3, which is all I need to clear it. And when I clear it with progress, return 1 gear from your ranger discard to your hand. So let's get rid of him. And search for some gear. I almost want to search for something with a triangle on it. Oops. Is that right? Because I still have all my fitness. Heart, heart. Meditation pillow has triangle and heart. And I'm looking for gear. I'm not going to belabor the point. I'm just going to go for this meditation pillow. Back to my hand. Okay, sun came out. What does sun say here? If Northern Outpost is the current landscape, remove 1 damage from the landscape. Oh, sweet. No more damage. When there's an even number of progress, that doesn't do anything, and there's no one in front of me. All right, so thanks a lot, Loon Outpost guy. There's no damage here. We get to read 401. If Loon Outpost Trader is not in play, search the path and path discard for him. But he is. After a few hours of tidying, scrubbing, and general fixing, the outpost is back in some semblance of working order. Loon sighs gratefully and gets up from where he's been scrubbing the floor. Thanks for your help, he says. I've got a stockpile of supplies for any ranger passing through. Let's get you stocked up. Each ranger shuffles up to 2 cards from their discard back into their deck. So what do I want to shuffle back into my deck? So now this is definitely where the tactile game, this would go a lot quicker. Ooh, maybe Comfortable Solitude? Sure. Did that bring both of them? I could have swore it had a 2. I wonder if I just screwed this up. Is that the number of copies of cards? Or is that the card number? That's just the card number? Yeah, that's just the card number. Okay. Comfortable Solitude. What else do I want? Return 3 total moments. I don't want to really belabor the point because this is just being shuffled in, so I'm just gonna, I'll just pick something. How about, I don't have any double triangle resources. No, we'll just do Meticulous. Fine. Actually, I don't need those triangles anymore because I've already repaired. Oh well, that's good. We're just learning. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want Hidden Trail to have 3 per ranger progress on it so I can travel an additional time when I travel. So I'm going to do the action on here, awareness plus compasses, to add progress equal to your effort. So I'm initiating it with 1 awareness token, and I'm going to add this card to it, which adds compasses equal to the number of awareness in my pool. So I've got 2. So I'm sitting at an effort of 3 at the moment. And it's against a test of 1. So 3 to 1 on an awareness check is 0. Good. So my effort stays at 3. I get to add 3 progress to Hidden Trail. Okay, so that worked out. Now Mountain, I have to take that down, and Fatigue. So it's good I got to shuffle some stuff back into my deck. This lets me scout. I mean, I could play Meditation Pillow. I have room for gear. I need to get 2 progress on this thing, so let's look at Traverse. Traverse is X, and the presence here is 2. So fitness plus triangles. Yeah, I think I want to be able to travel, so I'm going to play 2 fitness and the triangle from Meditation Pillow for 3. This guy's friendly, so I don't have to worry. My deck is so low, I want to travel and then end the day at my new location, so it's fine. I know he's in the way, but he's friendly, so he doesn't actually fatigue me. So I've got 3 to the presence of 2. 3 to 2 on a fitness test. +1 is 4. So this thing actually says add progress equal to your effort. So I get to add 4 progress. Takes us to 5, which is more than enough. And the sun symbol. If Northern Outpost is the current landscape, remove 1 damage. It doesn't have any damage left on it. This one's not going to do anything. I mean, I could have made progress on that too, but 8 is a lot. So that was traversing. I've got 2 fatigue here. There's nothing I really want to do on any of these things. I do not need to use this to add to the trail. I don't need to add to that trail. So I'm going to rest, which is going to fatigue me 1. And then I'm going to travel. So well, I'm done with this. Let's look at Hidden Trail. When you travel, if there are 3 or more per range of progress on this card, you may travel 1 additional time after reaching your destination. So the interesting thing here is that this doesn't go away. It doesn't say it goes away in the progress. And I'm going to end the day, so it's going to go away anyways. But so I just bring up this point because when I travel, I'm going to go 1, 2 to Lone Tree. And that's where I'm going to stop this session. I will start up again next time when I'm at Lone Tree to do some exploration at that location and see what's there. So let me know down in the comments of anything you saw based on your understanding of the rules that I got wrong. I hope you're enjoying checking out this new game, Earthborne Rangers, and everything else that I post up on my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.